Hello out there, comic book lovers. It is Friday. So, that means I'm doing my Friday night reviews. I am going to take three comics from the previous Wednesday, so the three, what I thought were the best, and do a review of them. And then I'm going to take the one that I liked the least. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, but it's the one that I liked the least. And check it out. Alright, here we go, people. Let's start with the one that I liked the least this week. And that would be Future State Batman Superman #2. This happens to be the cardstock variant. Cover, anyway. So we left off last issue with Superman being captured because he went in to help investigate a lab of the False Face Society. He was helping Batman investigate this drug that was, people would take to change their face to avoid detection, and it wound up permanently changing people's faces and stuff, so they're looking into it. And somehow, the bad guys, led by Dr. Pig, had gotten a hold of some kryptonite. Turns out it's synthetic kryptonite. So now we pick up. Oh, and this is written by Gene Luen Yang, and it was broken down by Scott McDaniels. And let's see, Benny Oliver and Steven Segoya are the pencils and inks. So now it starts out with them coming out, him and his bodyguard being met by Batman, and a little fight ensues. They throw Superman into an ambulance, and Batman follows to try and keep up with him. And Superman manages to get out because the person he's talking to doesn't want to be that bad of a guy, so he overcomes him. In the process, we have Batman trying to catch up. He comes across all these little creatures with eyes on them, which are being used by the magistrate to keep an eye on people. Well, it turns out that they are clones of Superman's eyes. And Mr. Pig is using that as doing experiments, or Dr. Pig is doing experiments to put them in there, and he's working for the magistrate to keep it so he can work. So, because he's a mask and he doesn't, they don't want to shut him down. Now, here's one of the big problems I have. These are clones of Superman's eyes. How did they get Superman's DNA? Right? How do you, and two, how long had they been planning this? Because one, they have synthetic, synthetic kryptonite. And they had said in this last issue, we were expecting you. There's Gotham City. Okay? You shouldn't be expecting, Superman in there at all. This is Gotham. Superman's not going to be popping around doing all this stuff in Gotham. And two, why would they, so they had to go find some DNA and then create these eyes and put them into these rats. Because it's not just like it's something they're going to do in between issues where it's no time has passed. That's not a thing that you can just do within, 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Getting the DNA and creating the clones for the eyes, and especially that many of them, it's going to take some time. So this is just not something. I mean, look, there's lots of these things, and I think they have them in batch too. So Batman finally gets Superman free, and they come up, and you've got, Batman wanted to go up against Mr. Pig, Superman going against this little, what do you call it? Kind of bad clone of his. And Batman says, let's switch. There's a reason why, because he has some kryptonite, and boom, throws it in there. So they managed to obviously defeat these people, and because this is the end, this is the last issue. But my issue about this is they're trying to avoid detection by the magistrate, and at this point, Batman says, "Hey, look, Supes, I don't need you here. You're going to be drawing attention to these guys. We don't need the attention. I can take care of this stuff myself. So stay away, stay out. You're drawing attention." Part of the attention would be him flying, right? So what do? They get Animal Man to come along and fly along with his plane, which has cloaking technology, to help find all these animals with the eyes in them. That guy's gonna get picked up and drawing attention to himself. So that's just kind of a whole counterproductive. It's counterproductive to what all was going on, and this was just a bad series. I don't know if it's just because they only had 2 issues to do it in, and they picked a story that needed more than 2, or it just was not well thought out at all. I think it's a combination of both. They sort of, if they only had 2 issues, they should have picked a story of a lot smaller scope and thought it out a little bit more. Because this was just, normally the Batman Superman books are pretty good. Slightly above average, but they're pretty good. This one right here, no. These last 2 were just, bad. I mean, the art was up to the standards of this book, and even a little bit better. But the story and its execution were not. And I'm glad this is just, I wanted to say a one-off, but I'm glad this is kind of a 2-off. It's not going to happen. This isn't going to continue on anymore, hopefully. But I just want to get back to the regular stories on this, because if it continued like this, I would have been dropping it after this one. And if I knew that there was a 3rd one like this, nope, not going to happen. So I'm going to give this a 1 out of 5. And just say, if you were thinking about picking these ones up, don't. Wait until the next one or a new story arc is going to be starting. And go from there. So, what did you think of it? If you read it, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and enjoy your enjoy your comics.